They say hotels remember everything. Every argument, every scream, every soul that checks in and never checks out. There's a hotel in northern Pakistan called Granfall Hotel, built in the 1960s. 5-star luxury in its time, but cursed with one flaw. The blueprints showed 12 floors. The elevator showed 14. Nobody could ever explain why. And somewhere between those floors lies room 1306, a room that shouldn't exist. It was mid-December when Laura Bennett, a travel vlogger, checked in. She was documenting hidden gems, offbeat places, old hotels, forgotten towns. The snow outside muffled every sound as she entered the lobby. The chandelier above flickered. The air smelled faintly of polish and dust. At the counter stood an old man in a faded uniform, reading a yellowed ledger. He looked up slowly when she spoke. "Laura, hi. I booked room 1306 under Laura Bennett." The man froze. His hands trembled. "Receptionist," hoarse whisper. "Ma'am, we don't have a 13th floor." Laura, smiling, showing her phone. "Well, your website says otherwise. Look, confirmation for room 1306. The old man's face drained of color. He hesitated, then reached under the desk and took out a brass key, old, scratched, blackened at the edges. "Receptionist, take this, but if anyone knocks tonight, don't answer." His voice cracked as he handed over the key. And just like that, Laura laughed nervously and rolled her suitcase toward the elevator. Inside, the elevator creaked and groaned like an old chest. Its mirror was foggy, reflecting her tired face. The buttons read, 1, 2, 3, 12, 14. No trece. Laura, sighing. Typical old hotel glitch. She pressed 14, but halfway up, the elevator jerked. The lights flickered. Then, ding. The digital display turned 13. The doors slid open slowly to reveal darkness. A long, silent corridor. The carpet was old, soaked-looking, smelling faintly of smoke. At the end of the hall, a single door stood open. Brass numbers read, 1306. She hesitated, then muttered to herself, "Guess that's me," and walked in. Room 1306 was frozen in time. Old wallpaper peeling, a dusty chandelier swaying slightly, and a large mirror facing the bed. The lamp flickered as she turned it on. She opened her camera, smiling. Laura, vlogging. "Found my room. Creepy as hell, but kind of cool. Feels like 1960. She turned the camera toward the mirror, but when she watched the playback, her reflection blinked a second late. She laughed it off, but that night things changed. At 3:06 a.m., she woke to the sound of dripping water. Drip, drip, drip. She got up, checked the bathroom dry, but the dripping continued, muffled. Then she realized it was coming from inside the mirror. Then came the knock. 3 slow, heavy knocks on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Laura, half asleep. "Housekeeping." A voice answered, barely above a whisper. "Housekeeping." But it didn't sound human. It was distorted, like an old recording being played backward. She looked through the peephole. Nothing but the dimly lit corridor. Then her phone rang. Number, front desk. Receptionist, terrified. "Miss Bennett, whatever you do, don't open the door." Laura, whispering. "What's happening?" Receptionist. "Room 1306 burned down 30 years ago." Suddenly, the lights exploded. Suddenly, and the lights began to fill the room. And smoke began to fill the room. Stumbling toward the door. Stumbling toward the door. When she turned, but it wouldn't open. The wallpaper was bubbling. The wallpaper was bubbling, revealing black scorch marks. Revealing black scorch marks underneath. Inside the mirror, flames. Inside the mirror, figures spread. Pounding from the other side of the glass. Pounding from the other side of the glass. A woman appeared in the reflection. A woman appeared in the reflection. Her eyes face burned. "Help us, it's still burning." Her hand reached through the glass. Her hand reached through the glass. Gripping Lara's wrist. Real. Cold. Laura screamed. Real. Pulling away. Laura screamed. But her reflection didn't move. But her reflection didn't move. Just smiled. The reflection whispered. Just smiled. "Stay with us." Then whispered. The fire grew louder. The fire grew louder. The room until everything went white. Until everything went white. The fire department arrived. Next morning, guests reported the smell of smoke. But no fire alarms had gone off. But
when
no
they
fire
pried
alarms had
open
gone
the
off.
elevator shaft,
When they pried
there was no
open the
13th
elevator
floor.
shaft,
Just a
there was
wall
no
of concrete
13th
between
floor.
12 and 14.
Just a wall of concrete.
No one found
between
room
12
1306.
No one found room
Laura
1306.
All they found was
no
her
one
phone,
found Laura Bennett.
still recording.
All they found was her
the last
phone,
footage
still
showed her
recording.
standing before
The
the
last
mirror,
footage showed her
whispering.
standing
They
before
said it
the
burned
mirror,
down, but I can
whispering.
still see
They said
the
it burned
fire.
down, but
The
I can
Granfall
still
Hotel
see the fire.
still operates today.
Sometimes
the Granfall Hotel
the elevator
still
stops between
operates
floors.
today.
Sometimes
The display flashes
the elevator
13
stops
for just a
between
second.
floors.
The
Then
display
disappears.
flashes
And
13
sometimes
for just a second.
guests hear knocking,
then disappears.
3 slow knocks,
And sometimes
coming from behind the
guests hear
walls.
knocking.
If you ever
3
find
slow
room,
knocks.
1306,
Coming from behind the walls.
don't go inside.
If you ever
Because
find
once
room,
you do,
1306,
you'll never leave.
Don't go inside.
Because once you do,
You'll never leave.